Mr. Pavitra Goyal, hearty congratulations on securing All India rank of 5 in Civil Engineering branch in Engineering Service Examination 2020.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's a very proud moment for all of us. Mr. Pavitra, can you tell us briefly about your educational background?
Yeah, sir. I have done my sir schooling from the Kendriya Vidyalaya, Babina Kent, from my hometown in 2015. Then I shifted to MNIT Jaipur for my BTech in Civil Engineering, which I completed in 2015 to 19. Then I start preparing for the ESE, and currently I am in IOCL.
Okay, that's fine. See, Pavitra, you got this of All India rank 5. Is it your first attempt?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, very first attempt cracking the examination like engineering service examination, that too with a All India rank 5 means something great. You deserve a double appreciation.
Thank you, sir.
You might have also appeared GATE examination.
Yeah, sir. I appeared in the GATE. My rank is 170.
170.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Mr. Pavitra, what did you find the difference between the GATE exam and the engineering service examination as the preparation mode is concerned? See, you are
so basically ESE is a 3-stage.
Please tell us.
Yeah, sir. So basically ESE is a 3-stage process. That's why it's demand your consistency throughout it. While the GATE is a single stage, and it's a more like you have a problem solving skills in a better way, that you should not go a single wrong answer, because that will drastically reduce your rank. While in ESE, if your prelims is not good, like in my case, then you can go for the mains and prepare for well. Then you can go for the interview good. And ESE syllabus is more broad. It's require you a through education, through learning throughout. While in the case of GATE, you can select some good topics for scoring a good rank.
Right. Okay. Right. So it is clear that ESE syllabus is very vast because we have object to conventional and so many subjects are there. In addition, we have this general studies and engineering aptitude.
Yeah, sir. It's two.
Okay. Did you prepare the entire syllabus of engineering services thoroughly, or any part that you have left out?
No, sir. I prepare every subject thoroughly, because I've started my preparation with a motto that I have to secure a rank in this my first time only. I do not go for this thing that okay, I have completed my 50% part, then go for it. Then okay, if not, I'm not in the rank list, then I will again go for it. So I made a motto myself that I will go with a complete syllabus.
Okay, tell us when did you start your preparation seriously for this engineering service examination?
So seriously, I started my preparation from my third year itself in my second semester, in my sixth semester.
Okay, right. So you started a preparation in your third year.
Yes, sir.
And you took that exam in?
I started my preparation for the ESE 19, but because of the changes in the age, so I am not able to do that. Then I will go for a ESE 2020.
Okay, right. So in ESE 19 also, 2019 also, you appeared the examination.
No, sir. I am not able to appear it because of my age restrictions. I am less of my age.
Okay, right. Okay, I understand that. Okay, right. So yeah, I understood. So you started preparation much early. That's why you are able to crack this examination in very first attempt. That's the interesting point. What is your opinion? And what do you suggest to this what you call aspirants of engineering service examination? As I said just now, many people they take 2 attempts, 3 attempts to crack the examination, right? As you said, they take 1 attempt and they finalize they try to analyze their mistakes, then they try to improve, then they take second attempt, again they try to improve, they get third attempt like this. So to avoid so many attempts, what should be the best strategy to crack the examination with the very first attempt, in your opinion?
So first of all, I think that you should be very go through the syllabus completely. You should not left out a single subject, single topic in the subject. Then you must prepare your notes, short notes, anything you want, so that at the final time you do not left with something else. And you must have an inner will that you are going to be crack this exam in your first attempt. Because if you think that okay, this is my first attempt, it's okay. It does not go good. I can make my second attempt good. So then you are pushing your limits. You are going for the second step in your mind. Like, okay, I will go for it. But you should. I think you must think that no, that's my final attempt, and I will give my best.
Right, right. So I understand that. Mr. Pavitra, which coaching program you have availed from our AS Engineering Academy?
So I have availed the online classes for the main purposes. Uh, I have also go for the main test series of your ACE Academy, then the IGP program.
Right, very good. So please tell us how the AS Academy online live classes helped you in cracking this examination.
Yes, so during the time of the lockdown, I do not have any resources with me. So your classes and the main test series has helped me a lot because they gave me a concept how to go now. Because I left with nothing. Then I start making up notes from your question papers, from your classes, and then write it down. Then it's really helped me too.
Right. Many students they say that attending the online live classes hours together is somewhat difficult. But how could you manage that one?
Yeah, sir, it's difficult for me to attend the classes, but I make sure that uh, after attending a classes, I give me a break to me for the around 4 to 5 hours. I can do something with my hand, written something or read something or go for some recreational activities so that my mind can diverted and I can feel relaxed from it. You should not go regularly for 4 to 5 hours for the online classes because this will give you headache, I think. So I break it down in the parts.
Okay. Now, while watching these classes online, did you prepare any notes simultaneously?
Yes, I prepare my notes simultaneously. Whatever I thought that it's the important thing, I write it down uh, at the same time on my notes.
Right. Okay. Right. Mr. Pavitra, how did you practice those previous year's questions?
Okay. So for the brilliance part of the point, I brought a book and I ensured that I must solve this book for at least 3 times. So what I do, at the first of the time, I try to solve everything, and the questions which I found that it is a difficult one and require me to wrote it down in my notes. I wrote it down and then learn it. And I again mark some questions which require some mathematical calculations, which require some concept which you have to inherit it. So I mark it down with a different sketch pen, and the third ones which are easy, then I neglect it for the further ones. And for
Right.
the mains point of view, I ensure that I go for each and every question thoroughly within a time frame. I said for every mains paper, I set a time frame of three. Initially, it is 3 hours, but I set my time frame for 2:30 so that I can meet my accuracy and for my time management. So I solve the papers, every paper thoroughly, and in a similar format of a QCB, so that I do not feel any hesitate or something different in the UPSC hall.
Right. Right. Okay. Totally, how many years of papers you have to practice?
So I think so for the prelims point, it's a book around 20 years
Yeah.
previous year,
Hmm.
and the same for the mains paper.
So all those previous year's papers you could solve.
Yeah, sir. I
Okay.
practice all of them.
Right. And apart from engineering services previous papers, did you practice that other papers like civil services and forest service papers also?
Yeah, sir, I brought the book for the civil services, but that's left to my Delhi, and I did not get back, so I do not practice it.
So you could not practice because of the time constraints.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Particularly in the prelims stage, there is one paper, General Studies and Engineering Aptitude, where we have
Yes, sir.
10 different topics. Totally, they are. I mean, some topics are not all what you call familiar to the civilian students, like
Yes, sir.
ethics and values, and then what you call ICT, current issues, etc. There are totally 10 different topics like this. So, what was your strategy about that GS and engineering aptitude paper?
Yes. So I waited clear that I have to read these books is I brought the booklets for the GS paper. So I ensure that at least I give a 2 hours study to them daily, and I give a brief reading to the books and mark out the important lines. Then in a second reading, I read only that line because it's a very vast syllabus and it's not defined totally. So you need not to waste so much time, and you must stick to the broad lines, which can give you an idea in a paper. Like, okay, it's talking about something different. You have to use some inner mind to crack the paper. And for the maths paper, you can go for the maths previous year book. And for the general studies or for the current issues, I prefer to read newspaper daily for around 15 minutes. That's it.
So did you prepare all the 10 topics thoroughly?
Not thoroughly, such as ethics and values. I have not prepared it thoroughly because it's not. And there are some one or more subjects that are prepared thoroughly. But what I ensure that the scoring subjects such as maths, aptitude, I do not left them because they are the one which give us the scoring and I can get the maximum marks and fetch that.
So you might have focused more on mathematics and project management.
Yes, these are the subjects which we have learned in our courses too, so we can focus more on it.
Energy and environment, these topics are very familiar to the civilian students, so you focus more on these topics. Rest of topic like ethics and values, ICT, etc. You focused somewhat less, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you left completely otherwise?
No, sir. I have read them, but I do not left them completely because I know
you have made an overview. You have made an overview of those tough topics.
Yeah, sir. I made an overview of them.
Okay, right. Very good, Pavitra. Pavitra, you tell us, did you prepare simultaneously the prelims portion as well as the main type of questions also? I mean to say particularly one thing, Pavitra, one thing.
Yes.
Before prelims examination, you focused too much on the prelims portion, objective questions. And apart from that, did you practice any conventional questions also in the prelims stage itself?
Sir, before the prelims, 2 to 4 months, around 4 months, I do not prepare for the conventional part. But before that, when I go for the studies of my subject, I also try to check out the conventional question parts so that I can know what the things they are going to ask in a conventional, so that I can prepare something more, both the stages simultaneously. Then when the prelims is about to come in the near 3 to 4 months, then I stopped at the conventional part and more focus on the prelims.
Right. Okay. Mr. Pavitra, this year, I mean 2021, prelims exam is going to be held in the month of July and the mains exam in the month of October. So you get a hardly 3 months gap between the prelims and then mains portion.
Yes, sir.
In such a case, what is the correct strategy for the aspirants?
Okay, sir. So, sir, I think the aspirant must focus currently on the prelims point of view, because it's to count in the final stage. And for the in between the 3 months, they must ensure that their notes are completely prepared and they learn and they have learned everything. Then they must focus on the scoring subjects such as the SOM, RCC, and soil. That's that subject, so that they are going to answer so many questions.
No,
and
that's okay. But what I mean to say, I think some portion, not some portion, majority portion of the mains also you may have to attend. You may have to attend before prelims itself, because the time gap between the prelims and mains is only 3 months.
Yes, sir.
So in such case, you have to focus some good amount of time on the mains portion also. What do you say about this?
Yeah, sir, you have to focus more on the mains part because it's too scoring. But at the same time, currently you must, what I think you must focus on the prelims because it's also of a 500 marks paper compared to the DET 600.
That's fine. That is true also. See, unless you clear the prelims, if you prepare thoroughly for the mains, it is of no use, isn't it?
Yeah, sir. That's my point.
Our priority must be prelims only. That is,
yeah,
there is no doubt about this one. Once you get a confidence on the prelims portion,
yeah,
Then if at all you have some excess time, that excess time you can spend on some portion of the mains portion. Some
Yeah,
portion
sir.
of the mains
Yeah,
portion.
sir. You can go for it for the major subjects because that's give you a in a that boost your confidence that you are going to solve the mains question too. That you are too confident that yeah, I can go for the prelims good and then mains.
Yeah, the students, depending upon their time availability, depending upon their comfort, depending upon their stage of preparation, depending upon their performance in the online test series, etc., they have to adjust themselves what to study before prelims and what to study after the prelims, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, sir. Everyone has different strategy to prepare for
Yes.
it, and they must focus on it. There might be someone that my strategy is different from the others, and they too are able to score a good rank, but they must stick to it.
Yes.
It should not be that they have to go for it for the one day and then change it to another day, then change it again, because this will change their schedule and deviate from them the path.
Yes, yes, absolutely. See, the aspirants of engineering service examination, after listening to all the toppers like you, so they have to design their own strategy depending upon their resources, depending upon the other aspects. They have to follow their own strategy because strategy of one person may not be clicking good for the other person. In fact, isn't it? It may
Yeah,
vary
sir.
from person to person. So students have to design themselves, right? Okay,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Pavitra. Tell us something about your actual mains examination because many students they struggle a lot with this time management in the mains examination. So, what was your experience in the mains?
Okay, sir. So for the mains point of view, I can recommend students, aspirants that they must go for the previous year papers, a test series paper, around 30 to 40 papers, because this will give you an inner confidence and boost your stamina. And you must stick your time limit to 230 or 245, not to 3 hours. Because when you start losing the question, you get a okay, I have scored this time less marks, I can boost my speed. When you are going to write more and more in the 230 or 245 hours, you can definitely go in the 3 hours. Because in actual paper, you might be there's some anxiety in the paper that you're going to lose your 10 to 15 marks actually. So you must cut off that in your practice too. And you must mark the questions that you think that they are the important ones and go and either you make your notebook in which you write them by step each and every step, so that in the finaling thing when you encounter that question in a 10 marks, you can do that in the 10 marks scenario. And if that question comes in a 20 mark scenario, then you can also do that. It should not be that okay, you have learned, you have solved that paper in a 10 marks and then you are not able to do for the 10-20 marks thing.
Okay, that's okay, Pavitra. On the day of the main examination, on the day of the actual main examination, did you answer the first that compulsory questions, then went to the optionals, or what was your strategy?
So in the initial 10 to 15 minutes, I read out the whole paper and then figure out that what are the questions that I know more accurately. Then from the 60 marks of that question, I can how much score I, and what are the questions which are easy one and I can do in the initially 2 hours, so that most of my paper should be finished by then. Then the other questions, it's not just like I made a compulsory question in the last one. If that comes in my easy pass in the initially, then I solve that too. But I prefer that the questions which I know and I can solve fastly and quickly, easily, I choose them first.
Right. So you mean to say that initially the candidates have to spend around 10 to 50 minutes of time reading the paper and they have to make out the questions that are comfortable to them. I mean to say selection of questions very important in that.
Yeah, the selection of question is very important in the in our case in the paper too. The most of the questions in the all the 8 questions carry a theoretical part. Now you have to think that how much theory you know in each and every question, because you have to score a marks at any cost. Then you have to it's make a very good selection. Okay, what are your selections of your questions?
Okay, then you tell me there is one version that theory questions, whatever you write, students are not getting full marks there compared to the conventional questions. In our case, which question did you attempt first? Did you attempt the conventional questions or theory questions?
Sir, I attend the conventional questions because it's a notation that I too know that they are not going to give you a mark, good full marks in a theoretical one. And it's a, and also that when you're going to attempt the numerical ones, you have practiced them very thoroughly from your starting point. And while in the case of the theory, you have to think a little bit how to make the theory part. So I prefer to go for the conventional part first.
Now, that is the best strategy also what we advise, because one more reason for that, theory questions have some flexibility and elasticity. Why? Because
Yeah,
if you theory questions, if you write elaborately for 30 minutes also, and the
yes,
same
sir.
question, in case the time doesn't permit you, you can compress and compact and consolidate it to even to 5 minutes also.
Yeah, so you can go for the main points, things, and
Yes.
then finish it.
So depending upon the time availability, the students say how to answer the question accordingly in 5 minutes or also 30 minutes. That's why the best advice is attempt the theory questions in the end,
Yeah,
if,
sir.
if possible. Right. Very good, Mr. Pavitra. Approximately how many marks you would have got in our prelims?
So in the prelims, my prelims are not that much good. Approximately, I have scored around 260 to 270 marks.
So you might have scored more marks in the mains portion, I think, right?
Yeah, sir. I too think that.
Okay, okay. Tell us briefly about your interview experience. Tell some two, three interesting questions. Two, three interesting questions.
Okay, sir. Sir, my interview basically uh, totally a technical part. My interview. So initially, I have done my BTech from the Jaipur and the Rajasthan. So they mostly focus on the Rajasthan point of view. So they go for the rainwater harvesting, water conservation, uh, groundwater recharge, drop down levels. So initially, they totally focus on my environment, that part, and then they drastically shift to the survey part. So that's the different thing. But I think that the student must prepare these parts too, because I initially too thinking of that I should not prepare that point of view. But I suggest the aspirant that they must go for that too.
Yeah, yes, yes. Uh, Totally, how many questions you would have answered correctly in the interview? Approximately, quantification, I want.
Approximately around 70% question.
70% of questions, right? Right. Very good, Pavitra. Finally, what are your suggestions to the aspirants of engineering service examination? You are the one of the best person, because in the very first attempt, you could crack this ESC with All India rank 5. So you tell us, I mean, the juniors also. Uh, there are many students who are pursuing the final year and they want to appear the engineering examination. So when should they start the exam? What you call exam preparation? What are strategies that they have to follow? Some tips and suggestions. What you want to give to your juniors?
Okay. So first of all, I want to tell them be inner confident that you can do it. Never lose your hope. There might be times that you have the up and downs, but never lose your hope and go for the cycle again and again. And if you talk about the when you start preparation, then for in my case, I started in the third years itself. But if you are going for the ESA 2022, then you can go for the fourth year start preparation too. But I think that you must go in your third year itself, because at this time you are going to learn the same thing in this college too, and you can go for the preparation in the ESE. That will give you a two shot that at the same time your college is also going on and your preparation is also going on. And then after that, I suggest them to be calm and try to solve as many as previous year questions too, because at last with the patterns will remain the same more or thoroughly, and you can go and learn the new questions, new terms in the previous year.
Right. Okay. I once again congratulate you, Mr. Pavitra, for securing
Thank you.
this solid rank 5. Right.
Yes, sir.
And I thank you very much for sharing your experiences with regard to preparation, etc. I hope these points which we discussed will be of great help to the many aspirants of engineering service examination.
Yes, sir.
I once again congratulate you and wish you all the best in all your future endeavors.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck to you. Right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.